Check out how freaking sweet these hats are. Yep, believe it or not, we actually have some merch, and it's these hats, and I have these colors on screen. They're pretty cool. 25 bucks a piece and $10 to ship them. They cost me almost that much because of this cool little rubber stamp type of logo. Anyway, pretty dope. They're all Richardsons too, so it's the good stuff. We're actually not working on the C10 this time. We're gonna give some love to our daily / tow truck, if you call it that. I know it seems odd to call it that, but if you look on screen, it definitely puts in work. This is a 22 half ton, so F150. It's got the Power Boost engine, which is the 3rd gen EcoBoost plus an electric motor, so Ford calls it a full hybrid. And this thing is sick. What we're gonna do in this video is change out these fender vents. It does have turn signals already in the mirrors, but not like side marker lights except all the way up front. It would be super dope to have something lit right here. This is the kit that I bought on eBay. I'm sure you can look around and find it in multiple places. I'll put a link in the description also. And I like these because American flag. And then I think what we're gonna do is see if we want these to be lit all the time as well, like with daytime running lights and headlights, and not just the flag, because it looks like we have that option. Like this would be your turn signal positive, and then daytime running light, AKA headlights on, positive on the red. Verify it works before we go through the whole process of installing it and wiring it. So technically, these are functional. You see I've got the flashlight stuck inside there. Not exactly sure how much heat they'll extract from under the engine, but I mean, at least they're not just blanks like a new Supra. Here's a look inside. You can see that these clips are just push-in snaps. There's no hardware or anything you need to reach in there and remove. If your arms are skinny enough, you can reach in there and grab those little metal clips and kind of pinch the little spring sections to where it'll help release these from the metal. See how those basically just squeeze these to release it. The rest of them pulled loose from the plastic. These are gonna have to be reused on our new ones. Now the Ford one has this little piece of two-sided foam tape on the back side of this emblem, and it even has like a rubber gasket that's glued to the top and the leading edge of it. If you're feeling industrious, you can take this off and re-glue it to this aftermarket piece. I am not feeling so industrious, so I'm just gonna remove the clips and transfer them over. To get to the wiring is pretty simple. You wanna first turn your wheel to the opposite direction that you're working on, or pull the wheel and tire off. You got one little clip in here that basically you can just spin and then pull it out by hand or use a door panel tool. Then you're gonna need to remove these 3, or you can remove more if you want in your inner wheel well. 7mm socket. You may have to be a little aggressive getting this popped out. That's about all you need to get to the wiring. To run these wires from your new fender light, you could tie them to something like a coat hanger, or maybe take your antenna off and tie it to that and feed it forward. But really, you can reach up from that wheel well and get these guys. This fender is not completely structured and blocking that stuff out. I'll go ahead and snap this in place. Just reach in here. Yeah, there's that. The yellow one's close, there it is. You've got options of how you want this to function. For instance, if you want it to only be lit when your headlights are on, like at night, or if you manually turn them on, you'd want to wire it to this side marker light. And if that's what you want, you can see it's up there. You just reach up and twist it and it pulls out. Now you can tie the red and the black wire from your new vent lights. This black one is your ground and the blue one is positive. So you tie it red to blue and black to black. And on the other side, it's kind of the same way. Blue is the positive wire for this side marker light. Now I've decided I want mine to come on with the daytime running lights, which actually function at night too. So that'll be kind of cool, I think. Also, when you unlock your door, it's kind of cool that they come on. Now, this would seem like the most logical connector to go through if you're wanting it to work with the daytime running lights. But I am kind of nervous that there's a lot going on that one. So you can use this one that's kind of the fog lights. Sorry, the lighting, I can't help you guys see better. Squeeze and remove that. Because it's only got the 4. The ground is all the way to your left in this image, which is the thickest wire. And then the turn on wire is the second one from the left. So that's where you're gonna wire the red to the second one and the black to this one on this end. For the turn signal, if that's what you want to do with it, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's cool. It's pretty simple. Just reach in here, counterclockwise turn, and it pulls out. Now this wire, the yellow one, is going to be the positive wire. So at least for the passenger side, it's yellow wire to yellow wire. Look at the location of it. And on your driver's side, it's going to be the wire closest to this arch on the connection. Now that I've got this wire stripped back a little ways, if you're nervous about cutting into this factory harness, you can just feed these wires right in those pin locations that I told you would work. And then grab your key fob, make sure that doesn't fall out. Grab your key fob, unlock, and that's when these lights come on. So it'll go through its startup procedure and stay on. Then when you hit your lock button, it kills power to those. So now you've verified you're at the right wires. I'm sure a lot of you guys are new to the channel because I don't typically do Corvette guy type of mods. Anytime I do wiring, automotive or marine especially, just pick you up a set of these crimp and seal type connectors. This was probably $30 or so on Amazon, probably more post-COVID. So instead of the standard issue connector, which dirt and moisture can get in there and cause a bad connection over time, this allows you to crimp it and then heat it, and this will seal around the wires on both ends and keep everything out that you don't want. Now, as per usual, I like to use hockey tape to finish out these little harness jobs, because essentially that's what the factory uses too. Keeps things nice and clean, and it doesn't unravel like electric tape always tends to do in time. All right, now let's get on to this turn signal. I've removed the bulb by pushing this little release. And so if you want to, for comfort, you can test this connector kind of like we did previously by sliding this wire in and verifying that it does activate the blinker when you turn it on. All right, now we've got everything put back together and snapped in place. Before we go to fastening that inner wheel well, probably a good idea to just go ahead and verify everything works. Yeah, and I can verify it because when I first hit unlock, it did like the turn signal light, which it does in real life on the standard bulbs too. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget, we've got hats available, Facebook and Instagram, Grease Monkey TV. Take care of you on PayPal or Venmo. So fresh and so clean.